It's Queen 3 and King. It's Queen 3 and King. It's Queen 3 and King. Queen 3 and King, we the team, it's going down. We the talk of the town, it's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns, it's going down. Tune in now, it's going down. Queen 3 and King, we the team, it's going down. We the talk of the town, it's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns, it's going down. Tune in now, it's going down. It's Queen 3 and King on BS3 Network.
All right, welcome to a special edition of Queen 3 and King, episode 100. We are missing the baby queen tonight. She's at Blake's game. You know, Bronx's mama, Blake's mama. She's being the mama. She at the game. You got to be at the game. You got to yell at the refs.
Yeah, well, it's just not. It's not just any game. It is a semifinal tournament game. So
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the run of the mill garden variety rec. You know, Tuesday night game.
Garden variety.
We ain't talking about practice. We talking about a game.
We talking about practice.
All right, so I'm gonna get my stab at the introductions that normally King Doc does. So coming straight out of Anna, Texas.
Don't laugh at me.
Darling Nikki, the grandma herself, the seasoned queen, Nicole. How you doing?
I'm actually awesome today.
Good.
Yeah, he missed. He gave 3 nicknames. He forgot Coco.
Oh,
Yeah,
you forgot He forgot Skinny Minnie. He forgot Boney Maroney. You had 6
Don't
to choose
judge
from.
him. Damn.
And then we got come to Mika, the Tulsa High School queen, the educator, the one that's gonna keep it real, the one that's gonna instigate most of the show. But she is here. Mika, how you doing?
Hey, good evening. I am good.
All right, and then we got the one and only the king himself. I have the top rated generator in the world. The guy that's always supporting and helping people out. That's King Doc in the building.
What generator we talking about? We talking about my quiet yellow DeWalt. We talking about my little generator?
Yes, when we went to the Juneteenth, you was like, I got the best generator on the market. I was like, nigga, I didn't even know that existed.
I do. I got the best of a lot of things on the market. Because do you know who my daddy is? He say I can have the best.
Oh.
Come on, Jesus.
Right now.
No, he's all right.
I just ain't never heard nobody say they had the best generator on the market.
See, that's the problem. Y'all think small. See, if you say it, if you speak things that be not, come on, church.
Gotta speak it in existence.
Hey, Shabba.
There you go.
You talking about Shabba Ranks? Who you talking about? Shabba?
Yeah, Shabba Ranks.
Exactly.
Is that what we doing? All right.
I'm really upset though right now because I am in town and it is 175 degrees out there in Texas right now, and I shouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, you're right.
I should be close to the beach somewhere. That's a problem.
My dad was sending prayers like, man, I hope you're all right. And I was like, we work outside. I don't work outside. I only go outside for a walk. That's it. Now I'm back in. And we have the one and only, the legendary AJ Jones will be co-hosting with me tonight on this 100th episode. AJ, how you doing tonight? And what are we here for tonight, sir?
Man, we are here to celebrate the 100th episode of one of the baddest shows in the business. I'm trying to tell you, there's a lot of stuff out there, but ain't none of it like Queen 3 and King podcast. So, man, I'm just honored to be in the row, bro. I mean it. I feel like I'm on Radio Row at the Super Bowl.
Well, glory to God.
Appreciate that. And you did a great job filling in. That's why you have the nickname King 2.0.
Yeah,
I like it. Thank you, man. I mean it. I don't take that lightly because when he said, he ain't let nobody else fill in, I felt that because I don't let a lot of people do me. And that's a big thing when folks let you do them and they go away while you do it. It's one thing to do it and sit and watch you.
Yeah, but when they turn their back,
man. That's big time.
You got it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Keisha Walker. She said, "Congratulations on the 100th episode, family." Hey, AJ, football season.
Then get to her second comment before you get to Kimberly.
Yep. Mika, you showing a hell of a lot of skin tonight.
I was not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Hey, she wore that to work. Okay, y'all stop.
With a jacket, y'all. This is not a cute dress.
Hey, this where they passing out contracts for next year. That's why she trying to get this. She's trying to secure this contract for 2024.
Kimberly says, "Well, Pastor AJ, his cask is sharp tonight."
Okay. All right, Pastor Sharp.
Looking good. Gary Freeman.
They call him blue cheese because he be dressing.
Here we go. So, like I said, tonight in the promo, we will have some memories, have some laughs as we always do, as they always do on the show. We're going to ask specific questions to each host, and we're going to ask general questions. And we have some videos that were sent in around the world to congratulate Queen Theory King. So let's get to the first video.
Hang on, before we do, I didn't hear you. You said something about Gary Freeman, but he reminds me of something, that there are certain people who will show up in the comments tonight that embody Queen Three and King. In other words, when you see them, you know they are a supporter, and without Gary Freeman's stamp, it's all over the first 100 episodes in terms of not only commenting from a viewer standpoint, but being guest host. He has never let us down as a co-host. Never, ever, ever. And has always come with value added. That's a corporate term for you folks who don't know. So, again, shout out to Gary Philosophy Freeman.
Yeah. And this show that won most versatile podcast, I think it was the second or third annual award show, but they interviewed sports.
Let's get it's been back to back. Don't you ever we won on the second annual and the third annual.
Back to back.
Don't you ever.
Hold on, I'm about to pull King Dog coattail. Let him host.
Okay.
Go ahead, B.
Man Talk won it the third year because they was winning everything that year.
Did they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they won everything. But anyway, that's another story. Man, please.
Oh no!
Don't do that to Gary. Don't be firing shots to Gary. Gary didn't do nothing to you. Gary didn't do nothing.
Bag back, Gary. Bag back, Gary.
All right, so let's get to this first video and then we'll get into some questions.
Let's see.
So, here you go.
Congratulations, Queen 3 and Queen, on 100 episodes. I love watching the podcast. It always leaves me so fulfilled, whether that's I'm deep thinking or laughing so hard. I just love the show. Congratulations again.
My baby.
And that was the sweetest. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, my daughter-in-law. I'm gonna have to call her though and tell her to leave the Easter dress,
Leave her alone.
What is wrong with
we got Erica with a K in the building.
Thank you, Erica.
We got I think that's mom or dad or both. So congratulations.
Both of them
Either one of them. Much respect, because one of them got me last night on the show. They checked me hard. It was Daddy Southern, so
yeah,
I gotta be nice.
Nice. All right, so AJ, let's get to the first question.
All right, here we go for the 100th show. First question that we have for you is this: how did you feel before and after your very first show? That's for everybody.
That's a group question. Look at you,
Go ahead.
teacher.
Is that
Hand raised.
I see some little deodorant BBs under there. Y'all see these?
what happens when you're naked? We get to see everything. Go ahead.
That's deodorant dingleberries.
I wanted to do this full time, all day, every day after the first show.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. When I grew up. One of the questions that I get a lot in different icebreakers and situations at work is, what did you want to be growing up? And I always said a talk show host. And my brother and sisters can testify. I swore I was Sally Jesse Raphael. And
He
Yeah.
got the glasses.
We should have gave me in that picture with the glasses.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that would have
I
been nice to pop up
promise
there.
I wanted to be a talk show host growing up. So this is a little bit of that.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Wow.
Love that.
Wow. All right.
Nikki,
all
you
right.
got anything on that?
Next.
How you felt after the first show?
Yeah, I actually do. I at first, before we did the first show, I wasn't sure about how it was gonna go or anything. But after the first show, it made me really want to do it again and again and again. So yeah, so I thought I was actually pleasantly surprised that I would want to do it all the time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
podcasting to do that to you. And in this age of podcasting, where it's more video than audio, a lot of people, because it's interactive, you get to see the person you're talking to.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And for me, it was my prevailing thought was we got something here. I really thought we had something special here. I really did.
I was asked to sing at the end of the first show.
Yeah, we were still getting our feet. We didn't know what we was doing because trust me.
Y'all not gonna mess with my sister like that. Leave my sister alone.
This comment by Gary. though.
Today we wouldn't ask you to sing, Keisha.
Stop it, Beckett.
Wow.
Shots fired. I actually tuned in because I thought today's theme was Paternity Test Tuesday.
Oh,
Wow.
Gary Freeman.
Gary Freeman. Kimberly says, congrats.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank
I got a
you.
song ready too. I bet you I got a song too.
praise the Lord.
Get ready, want to hear? Here you go.
I see for you,
got
Mom.
something.
Go
I know
ahead,
you got
Keisha.
something.
Got a song. Here you go.
Yeah. All right. The next question. This one is for Mika in particular. You being an educator, is there someone's grammar or pronunciation that annoys you? That could be people commenting. That can be your sister or your brothers. Who?
Hell
Tell your brothers.
no. Hell no.
Take me a step.
Hell no. No.
Listen.
No, y'all not gonna get me in that. I love everybody. God is ahead of my life. No.
First give it out of the God.
I first give him out of God. He's ahead of my life. All the ministers on the roster.
And he know if you lying right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick, tell her the truth. Just because you
Come on,
say
come
it,
on, tell the
they
truth.
won't say it.
No,
It's
actually,
100.
I don't. Y'all, and a lot of people, I am the grammar police on Facebook. I can't say two, and two pisses me off. It's a few things that piss me. Lost. Like after the fight, he lost. No, he didn't. He lost. So it's a lot that pisses me off on Facebook, but on here it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all you got to do is go back and watch one of the 100 episodes there,
Yes.
and you'll get all of that answer you want. You'll get the truth on that show. Go watch that.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is she's always threatening to punch somebody dead in their bite.
Right.
So
I
I
get
feel
your
like
bite.
that has something to do with
Something to do with
grammar
it.
and
Yeah.
talk and that kind of stuff. So
Something to do with it.
yeah.
All right, AJ.
All right. So King Dog, which one of the queens would you pick to quarterback the show?
Lily, baby queen, because she got some thug in her that's different than, you know what I'm saying. In other words, you can't have it being the oldest, because an oldest kid is trying to feel their way through, so they got some natural apprehensions and stuff like that. You know, me and Mika kind of are sharing and struggling for that middle child syndrome kind of situation. But Lily is the clear baby, and as the baby, you know, you ain't scared of nothing, which is why I tell her, and I told Brandon, my brother-in-law, I said, when Bronx gets old enough, I'm coaching his soccer team, because he's gonna be a killer on the field, because he done got to watch Blake come up and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So Lily is the true thug. So and if you've not paid attention to the way she does, the streets are talking, there's no doubt about it. She can quarterback it. You know, any of them could, but Lily is who comes to mind first, no doubt about it.
Okay.
You just didn't want to hurt Nikki feelings and say me while she was on here. You jerk.
What? Girl, I
I
don't care.
thought you was gonna say Mika.
Lily. I mean, again, they can all do it, but Lily has got enough thug in her to set folks straight if necessary.
But she does not care. Like she does not care.
Theodora, Blue Streak.
Blue Streak Freak.
Blue Streak Freak.
Appreciate you for tuning in. All right, so this is a question for everybody. Your favorite memory. 100 episodes every Tuesday. When y'all take breaks. But favorite memory. Whoever wants to go first.
If y'all need time to talk, I think about it. I got a couple. If y'all don't have one,
go for it.
It's a couple of episodes. Number one, believe it or not, as silly as we are on this show, my two come from serious shows. One of them being the Miscarriage Show. I mean, that show was so impactful, it's not even funny. And that show is going to have, at the end of this show, is going to rear its quote unquote ugly head again. And you'll see why when I say that. But then the other one is The Art of Saying No. And Shannon Thomas, who's been in radio, I went to high school with her, graduated high school with her. She's been in radio since 1988 or 87 when she interned at 100.3 Jams. And when we talked about saying no, she talked about the reasons why she says no. The reasons why she don't say no often enough is because she's always thinking, is this invitation to MC this event going to be the one that's going to get me discovered? Or is this one going to be? And when I say she broke down, and I mean, like, again, we had that moment last night with David Wilkes on the forecast, if you missed that, but it was one of those moments to where out of nowhere, she broke down crying and we weren't expecting it. But, and then we understood the power of that show, The Art of Saying No. So that would be those two things, the Miscarriage Show and The Art of Saying No show with Shannon Thomas.
Okay. All right. Nikki?
Ooh, yo. I'm trying to.
It's only 100 to choose from. Come on.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
They ain't got that many choices.
Oh, my God.
You want to think some more? I can go.
Yeah, go. Let me think some more.
I love The Art of Saying No because I think I broke down on that one. I kind of cried a little bit on that one. And anytime, I am a big family person, and they can testify to this. I am a big family person. Anytime I can be in my family's face, I still, at the tender age of 39, I still jump in my brother's lap, seriously, to this day. And I be wanting to be cuddled up with my family. So anytime my family has been on here on this show, we're telling different stories and giggling about that. So any family show that we've done has been.
It's time for another one of those.
Yeah. And we just had a good one the other night. A good family night, I should say.
All right, Nikki.
Yeah, but I do remember that show that Shannon was on because that was her first time on our show, right? And talked about The Art of Saying No, and I really didn't expect for her to cry and stuff like that, but that was really and truly I'm with you on that. That's truly one of the best shows that we had on our 100th, on this show. And I listened. It's just so many other ones, even about the ones with mental health with Lakia and what's the other lady name that's on BS3 that was on the show with Keisha now?
Oh, okay, yeah, Latoya.
Yes.
Latoya.
Yes, and when she was on the show as well with us. I have those mental health, so that's just dear to my heart because because of my son and the things that he goes through and stuff. So that's just something that I'm just really passionate about. And I'm seeing that now more and more of African Americans are taking their mental health serious. So and family members, mental health.
And last night's episode of the forecast, we're not just talking about this because we trying to promote. But there was like breakthrough moment last night.
Yeah, man.
And we were talking about our therapy is not always going to a therapist. Sometimes it's you talking it out in a group of your brothers and talking about things that you go through. So,
yeah. And hey, Lily is watching as well from the field. So I want to tell her that, especially on these group questions, you can put in that's where you want to put in the comments some of your thoughts on it as well. That would be a perfect place for those. And then Shannon Thomas, the significance of her. So I talked about Gary having his stamp on the first 100 episodes of Queen 3 and King. Shannon will have her stamp on Queen 3 and King, the forecast, anything I touch, because for the longest, I mean, I'm talking about years before Queen 3 and King or BS3 Network or whatever, Shannon's been talking to me about terrestrial radio. And she's always say, hey, if I get a show, you're going to be my funny guy on my show. If I get to host a show, I'm bringing you on,
Beyonce on the show.
Yeah. And she always pushed me to this. In fact, it was one of the reasons why I ended up moving forward with some of this stuff is because I was actually a guest on one of her shows that she had. And I talked about draws and brawls, but she almost lost it. She said that was the very first time she almost lost it as a professional on radio. She said she could not recover.
And
so
that's not a little thing, dog. That goes on commercial radio, bro.
Yeah.
Supposed to keep it together. So you knocked her off stride. You did.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah. So I have to give a big shout out to her because she really pushed us toward this and said, you can do this, you can do this, you need to go, whatever. So
yeah. And so AJ, let's share our own favorite memories. I'll go. I got a couple. The first one was a show with the attorney Peter Hall talking about wills.
Oh yeah.
Because how many Black families or people when they died immediately go to Facebook and put that GoFundMe or whatever. It doesn't have to be that way, and we don't have to continue to go down that road. So I feel like that was a good episode, and that was right around the time that me and my wife got our situation hooked up and straight. The other one, I'm a big sports guy that y'all that know me. So interviewing Donovan Lewis. To me, that was huge. Just hearing some of his stories, and a guy that I followed for years. So that was two memories for me. AJ.
For me, man, was my first show the first time I connected with Queen 3 and King was the show about why dude you give him the number and then he won't call.
Right, gotcha. That was a good one. That was a good show. Yeah.
Bro, let me tell you something. I was nervous to chime in because those Queens were in rare form that night.
Yeah.
And it took me some months to get okay with the Queens. But on the other side of that was my own apprehension of, okay, she gave me her number. Am I looking too thirsty by calling too soon?
Right, man.
Did I wait too long because I didn't call soon enough? I mean, I had real internal things going on after, tuning into that show. And then I definitely the miscarriage show. I didn't realize that I had some of the emotions that I had going on in me. I called my ex-wife after that, man, and we worked through some things that went unsaid as a result of the show. And again, man, this is a podcast. We're talking about a podcast. We have to simulate that kind of emotion that requires that stirs activity after the show. Tells you just how much of an impact what you're doing from this time every Tuesday, what it has on people.
Yeah, and then AJ, that is not conjecture. That's not hyperbole. He's telling the 100% truth because he's told me that before. And some of the things his ex-wife said to him to let her know that, man, my eyes are wide open to the effect this has had on you.
Yeah.
So I think that's huge.
Yeah, that is. All right, so we're gonna go to our second video, but before we do that, we're gonna go back down memory lane to the original intro for Queen 3 and King. So let's play that. Let's play that real quick.
Man.
Hello, Queen 3 and King fam. This is Cole Johnson of the MIDI shows, but Cole Sports with the Z to name amongst others. And I guess you could say video extraordinaire. Here to wish you all a happy 100th episode anniversary. And I'm sure the next 100 is going to be even better than your previous 100. And that is saying something. Keep cranking these wonderful episodes out. And I love all 4 of you. Peace.
Cole Johnson. Be talented.
Yeah.
Cole Johnson.
If I had that voice, I wouldn't wear no clothes.
Man.
I know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
That voice.
Yeah. Hey, so the video, I didn't expect this at all. That watching that original intro in this setting brought up some thoughts for me that I think will be perfect to ask the queens in this 100th episode. Because y'all got to understand, this was conceptualized by me, set up by me, the costume. I mean, think about it, man. We had an entire video shoot. We hadn't had a podcast yet. I said we were not launching until we did it with a certain quality. So I want to know what they were thinking when they walked in the door of the venue that we were shooting at. And I got models in this sucker. I got videographers in this sucker. I got props and backgrounds and all that. So I want to know what they were thinking when they walked in.
Well, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
We were fresh off of COVID, not even off of COVID.
Yes.
We were still in COVID.
That's right.
I was nervous. I'm the nervous Nancy of the family. I was nervous. I had Blake with me. He had been spending, like Blake during COVID, he would spend days at my house because he didn't want to go home. So I had Blake with me. I was nervous. I had been on that wine a little too much. So the girl had gotten a little thick. So I'm like, oh my God, this is a real thing. I should have lost 10 more pounds. But she lost 10 more pounds after that video was shot. So
and our mama was there. I got all these fine women in there, and my mama is in there watching.
Oh my God.
But she was like this.
Mama. Yes. Go, mama.
The 2-step.
Yes.
All right, Nikki.
I was just when I walked in, I didn't expect for all the. I knew that Kiki was going to be there, but I didn't know about all the ladies and stuff. So I was like, okay, wait, this is really going to be a big production. So I had fun. I really did. I had a lot of fun, and I think that was a really good way to bring us on.
Yeah. Some of the B-roll to that video shoot is only in my possession, and when I say it is amazing.
Yeah.
So they just showed up thinking it was just a video.
They knew it was a video shoot or a photo shoot for the show, but they didn't see what I'd been saying. I only saw the vision. Yeah. They heard it, but it didn't make sense until they saw what it was going to be.
And that ninja had on his full king suit.
I was expecting them to have that on tonight. I was expecting that. I was expecting the crown and everything tonight.
No, I got some company coming over later. I had to save that for when she get here. I'll put that on.
The whole thing. If
I just wear the crown and the cape, nothing else under it.
Because you're gonna pass out.
If my man got that on in 105 degrees weather, I believe it. You're not gonna pass out in front of me.
Let me just say this: Blue Streak Freak ain't the only freak on this episode right here.
Because even Blake said, TT, Uncle Ted got on a cape.
Hey, and put on Gary Freeman comment because he talking about the video shoot, what they thought. Hey, Bishop Don Juan was in the building that day.
All right. Wow. You know what I loved about the video was that everybody was into it. It didn't look like anybody was strained or trying to do it. Everybody was into it, and I think that's what makes it work.
Yeah.
Everybody's into it. Like it's I love that. I love that.
And the family, like I knew, I've known Doc for, I don't know, probably 10 plus years, but I don't think I ever had met his sisters. When I did, I mean, it's like y'all are family, but whoever you bring in is family too.
Yeah,
That's right.
You see that on the show every Tuesday. So
We
got
try.
nicknames for people. Blue Streak,
right.
Mayhem. I mean, like, you know, all of that.
Yeah.
Let me get to some comments. Tara, thank you for tuning in.
Appreciate you, Tara.
Tara.
Tara been around a long time with the show too.
Facebook user, if you're tuning in the Facebook group, go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. We can see who you are so we can properly shout you out. But they said, wish I could have been there for the miscarriages show.
That was a good one.
And you can go back and find that on
watch
YouTube. Go to the Queen 3 and King YouTube channel. You can find it.
Yeah, that's the great thing about podcasts.
And we may need to the next time we got a replay it being, let's play that one. Because I think that would be good.
Keith said, on my way to visit my company's cousins.
I don't know what they talking
I don't know what they mean. But all right. So let's get to our next question, AJ.
All right, so this is a group question. Who would you do a spinoff with?
Ooh, that's a good one, man.
Which one of the Queen 3 and King would you do a spinoff show with?
Who did you say you going to somebody first?
I said Nikki. She froze.
Okay, go ahead, Nikki.
No, I'm not frozen. I'm trying to think about this. Oh, geez.
Now, let me ask you, while you're thinking about that, let me ask for clarification on that question. You mean within the show? Or anywhere? Just all the...
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Of Queen 3 and King, you know, the two queens, or
yeah,
and a queen. What?
Yeah.
Who would you do a spinoff with?
If it was easy, anybody could do it.
Right.
I'll pull that from episode.
PS3 podcast.
Just us, y'all.
Yeah,
just us. Okay.
Yeah, just what's on the show today.
So, it could be 3, 2.
Yeah, for me, it would be the three queens solo, doing something solo. Now we would have to work out a name situation for them, but without me, because I think y'all would see a different dynamic in their relationship without me being the antagonistic guy that I am and talking trash to folks and whatnot. And then for me, I would want to do one solo as King Dalt though, but doing one-on-one stuff with people doing the same type of Queen 3 and King stuff, content, but just one-on-one with guests and stuff like that, you know.
I now that I'm thinking about it, I really think that if we did have a spinoff, I would do something with like some of our cousins, some of our girl cousins, guy cousins and stuff, because so people can see how we really are.
Yeah. Yeah, they think this is not. Yeah, this is not an act. I promise you, nothing you see on Queen 3 and King is not an act. Ben has been to the house and some we gonna call them kickbacks or get together or whatever you want to say. This is all we do. What you see on Queen 3 and King for an hour is what you would see if you came here for an 8-hour party on July the 4th.
I'm jealous.
Hey, you done been invited?
You can always come. I think if I had to pick one with the cast of Queen 3 and King, it's probably going to be Alicia.
That would be a good show. That would be a good show. Nikki and Lily by themselves.
Oh, y'all, if y'all heard some of the conversations, they're ignorant. And yesterday, Alicia sent a video to Tig of me dancing on the way out the house. It was caught on the ring cam.
Yeah.
I'm twerking and Bronx is cracking
up.
So, I mean, we don't, like me and Alicia don't, and then we have our Friday nights, Ready to Love champagne nights. We watch Ready to Love sometime together with champagne.
Mm-hmm.
Or any show.
Hey, you know what? That may not be a bad idea for real, considering how popular those sort of shows are. You know, for you to do a live reaction shows and stuff like that, that may not be a bad idea. I mean, now, also, go ahead, Mika.
No, go ahead. I like that.
Well, one of the reasons why I asked for clarifications for AJ, because obviously I think about people who have been on the show that I would want to do a spinoff. Like for instance, I think one with me and AJ being the two kings that have hosted would be fantastic. I've been trying to get Garrett Freeman to do a show, you know. So I think a lot of the people that we've had on would be fantastic spinoff kind of situations too. Yeah, that's a good question.
And I was
don't
thinking,
forget them aunties. Do not forget my mama and them aunties.
Yeah,
That's a good spinoff show.
Yeah. Miss Weeda, she would be perfect. She would be perfect.
Definitely, she would be perfect.
Yeah.
But I was thinking the two oldest, so Doc and Nicole.
Yeah, we would have our show would be very different because we can incorporate some stuff that Mika and Lily. See, a lot of people don't understand. There's a 12-year gap between me and Mika. So there's a lot of things that took place that only me and Nikki know.
Yeah.
That dynamic of our show would be completely different. Some of the topics we would discuss, and you want to talk about some tearjerkers, I could just think about the possibilities now of like me and her being there when my mom was a single mom working 2 or 3 jobs. Mika and Lily didn't have to see that, man. And for me and Nikki to see that and see some of the situations where my mama's in the bathroom crying because it's just tough. Yeah. It wasn't about nothing it was just because this shit is hard.
Yeah.
And just imagine as an 8-year-old, 9-year-old boy having to watch your mama crying and you can't do a doggone thing about it. Yeah. So trust me, that show would be different.
One of the best things, Alicia, she felt bad about missing the show tonight, but my brother said, nope, go. You need to go and support your son because there were times our mom couldn't do it because she had 3 jobs.
Yeah, she didn't get to watch a whole lot of my athletic stuff because she was working. She wasn't sitting at the house watching TV. She was at work,
Yeah.
And we never.
So I had to have rides from coaches. Yeah. I had to, people had to donate equipment to me. They had to all that because she couldn't do none of that.
Yeah.
And the Mika didn't get relief until our dad.
That's right. That's right. That's 100.
And the Mika and Lily show, I know that would be fire, man.
Yeah.
I would love to tune in. I would love to tune in for that.
Blake won.
Yeah, it is. Blake is going to the ship.
How many goals did he score? Is what I need to know.
We gonna be there at 8:45 Saturday, y'all. But go ahead. That's another. His game is
in the morning time.
Get up. Just get up.
In the morning time.
Get up.
Kimberly said that's real. That is real. And that's what this show embodies right there. Talking about the real situations, the good, the bad, and the ugly, not being afraid to touch on the topic, not being afraid to talk about it, not being afraid to cry. And that's what I appreciate.
Matter of fact, there's a topic right there, bringing Mama on, because we done had her on talking about fun stuff. I think we need to bring her on, call it the good, the bad, the ugly, and talk about the tough times she had when she was a single mom with us. And that give Mika and Lily time to ask her some questions in a way that maybe they haven't. And even me and Nikki, and say, hey, we saw this. What did you, for instance, I'll give you an example. I remember when mom's mortgage payment went up from $167 a month to $176 a month. And when I say she completely lost her shit, 167 to 176. You want to talk about tight?
Yeah.
For her to react the way she did to an $11 difference or $9 difference, hey, that tells you all you need to know, man.
But at that time too, she didn't even have any child support or any.
Nope. Dad wasn't doing nothing.
No, not at all.
All right. Lily said, if y'all can see that comment, this game was stressful. She said we had to go to penalty kicks.
Wow.
That's basically overtime.
Wow. Yeah.
That's like, so.
And hey, just real quick, when we're talking about 100th episode and people put impact on the show, me thinking about that, my dad and stuff like that reminds me of Craig. Craig obviously is a big supporter of the show in ways that you can't even imagine. That's if dudes had besties, that's my bestie, right? And he used to call my daddy, so you can get a picture of what my daddy looked like. He used to call him Black Gilligan. Okay. Imagine if Gilligan was black. That's what my daddy looked like.
I don't know the way you covered your face. I don't know.
Wow, double O2.
Got a couple chuckles out. All right, next question. This one's for Nicole, Nikki. If you had a segment on Queen 3 and King, what would it be?
I know what it is.
Me too.
What?
Mental health moment.
Awareness.
Huh? Yeah.
I think we would call it mental health moment, or mental health minute, something like that.
Yeah.
And
But I wouldn't give it to her because hell, she couldn't get it done in a minute.
Wait, can I have a co-host?
What?
No,
It's just a
on the
segment.
show. It's a segment.
On the show.
It's
Like,
just a
it's
segment.
like people talking, but it'll
if I
be.
had a co-host, I'd bring my baby in, my son in.
Oh wow.
I sure would.
Speaking of Miss Wheatus, she said, "Hey, family,
Heard
I was
her
taking a
name.
nap. The heat outside kicked my ass.
It kicked mine too.
It's kicking everybody's, really. To be honest.
It would definitely be.
Ain't nobody, babies, old people.
I get it.
Little people, everybody can get it when it comes to the heat.
Darn.
All right, AJ. So this question was for Alicia.
I was gonna change it up. I was gonna
go ahead.
So since Lily is not on, she's celebrating her baby's big victory. Which one of her streets are talking would you say are the top three? King Doc, you go first. Top three.
Man, there have been so many of those, and being responsible for loading up pictures. Half the time, I don't know what's going on the streets of talking. I hadn't heard about it, so she has to go with it alone. But I can't. I don't know that I could tell you top ones on that. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't know that I could.
The one she did. I'm sorry.
No, I said, come on, Mika.
The one she did about you remember the baby, she's about 22, 23 that went to Mexico or Cancun.
Oh yeah. That would have to be
really trying to take off. And she was on it before you even took off. So that one before it even took off.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. What you
true.
got?
But yeah, there's been some ones that were so good that it was hard to get back to our regular topic. Because the chat room went bananas.
Yeah.
And early on, if I'd have been smart as a host, I probably would have cut the regular topic and just stayed with the streets of talk because it was so hot. I'd have called one of them pastor audibles to where the Lord I was supposed to talk about this, but the Lord got me talking about this. If I had any sense. Because some of them have been so. I mean, when I say popping in the chat room, I mean popping. And as far as the streets of talking is concerned, and I was gonna say this. You typically am joking around and stuff about this, but I got to tell you, I was super surprised when Lily delivered her first Streets of Talking. I mean, she did it so well that I was like, I wouldn't expect, like, she delivered it like she was an entertainment reporter, she's better than some people that you see on some big channels delivering it.
She's done this before.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
I know that's what you say about me, but what do you say about Alicia?
Exactly, AJ. I ain't got no glasses on to do that, so do that for me.
All right, Nikki.
I really can't even. All the ones that she's done has had an impact.
Mm-hmm.
It really has, because some things you don't even. I hadn't heard a lot of them as well as Tig, because I don't really be on those kind of, magazines,
situations,
or wherever.
She said magazines. Now you see why she the season queen. Hell, I don't even know if they make magazines.
I was reading the source.
They still have magazines.
They still have magazines.
So
I was reading
don't try to put me out there.
Your nasty self, man. Get out of that jet.
Them 2 pages were sticking together. But
but
mom and daddy.
But I'm
they probably know them jet magazines were disappearing.
Yeah, they don't have jet out there anymore.
Freaking gross.
Ebony. But no, some of the things though I had never even heard of until she brought it forth to the Streets Are Talking.
Yeah.
Very few of them had I heard of.
Yeah.
So I really can't say that any of them would. All of them I thought was great.
And let me read this comment, because I asked Alicia. I knew she wasn't going to be there. She said, I think my favorite was when we talked about first date deal breakers.
Oh, wow.
Love hearing my sibling stories and the participation from our listeners. She also said, which was another great point, is a lot of the content from the Streets of Talking have turned into shows like Dating a Bus Driver and the Keke Palmer incident, which that's true. Because like Doc, like you said, some of this, it just kind of took a whole turn in the show. So you had to like do a separate show about it, or else the show would never ended. So
the first date deal breakers, I remember talking about during that segment, talking about the chick that I dated, that it was basically a first date. We met online, so this was our first in-person meeting. And when we greeted each other at the bar we were meeting at, she smiled, and I saw these spots on her tongue that looked like she was part chow. And
it had a little fur on it.
See, she's embellishing now. Like the spots ain't enough. Like you don't even have to embellish that. Like I started to bark at her when I saw.
You had to smell her butt to see if.
Wow! Wow!
Oh my God!
See, he's been hanging around Mayhem too much. I told Mayhem, if I'm walking up to the line, just stop right there. Don't go over the line.
But I knew it was bad when he called me after the day. He said, "Mika, this girl on her tongue." I said, "What?"
I just call it. Legacy. I don't know who this is. It says BSG Network, but I'm not commenting. So maybe put who that is. But they say congratulations.
Oh, that may be. What time is it? Now that might be our guests that's in the green room commenting from that. If she's there, I don't know.
Maybe no, she's not there yet. She's not there.
Okay, I don't know who that would be.
If I could be in the entertainment business, that would be my lane. Always been a dream of mine.
Alicia,
you are in the entertainment business. What you talking about? You are in it. What do you think we're doing?
We're trying to get paid every day, all day for it. That's what we're saying.
She know what I'm talking about. She talking about that jet. How is Mika? How is Mika commenting?
Oh, that's my mom. That's my mom's in there.
Oh, okay.
Hey, mama.
Look, let me sit up straight. Hey, mama.
I'm talking full time.
Yes.
We all talking full time. That's a vision of mine for the whole network.
Forever.
Full time. Yeah. All right. So the next question. Who annoys? This is probably the easiest question of the day. Who annoys you the most on the show?
Nikki.
Tig.
It should be Tig all around. And whenever he say something, and y'all look at him, or when Lily be like, "How you say that?"
Hey, I annoy me the most on the show. What the hell you talking about?
Yeah, you annoy me.
But it's necessary. Y'all want to go full time. I gotta play the part. Look at her, Lily talking about D's annoying me. Yeah. D's nut.
All right, let's get to the next video that was sent in. Let's get to it right now.
Queen 3 and King. Congrats on 100 episodes of the podcast. Doc, Alicia, Mika, Nicole. Y'all do y'all's thing every single week. Sometimes it means y'all might be telling certain members of the Dallas media that they gotta sit down, quit walking around in circles, giving your viewers motion sickness. Other times it means that Doc is out and y'all bring the legend AJ Jones in to hold it down. Whatever y'all do, it's always good stuff. So keep doing what you're doing. Congrats on these first 100, and we looking forward to that next 100. Peace.
Benny Hardy. Cat Talk
He just said she thought that was Evander Holyfield. Love it.
I think Tig would win it. That was everybody's answer. I told you that was the easiest. We didn't have to spend that much time on that.
Yeah.
All right, AJ, next one.
Has there ever been any post-show fights?
Oh, I know one right off the bat. Right off the bat. Let me see if they know it. Right off the bat.
I don't know.
This one went on for 45 minutes after the show.
What?
Oh,
y'all in the backstage.
Go ahead, Mika. Go ahead, Mika.
You talk about old boy?
No.
Oh.
Go, Mika.
Between us.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mika.
That doggone situationships show.
The episode situationship where Ooh, we even had to have Craig and Danielle. Craig and Danielle was even on there backstage trying to defuse
hold on,
and Alicia.
Tell us what happened. Tell us what, because y'all was backstage. Tell us what happened.
Okay, first of all, since I'm saying Jesse Raphael or Ricky Lake, I prefer Ricky Lake. We got backstage. We were like, Ninja. Imagine the other word.
Yeah.
You didn't tell us that you were supposed to really. Immature. You didn't tell us what was really happening. I think we were surprised. We were led astray. We were hoodwinked.
Run amok.
In our minds.
Mm-hmm.
But in his mind, he was like, I was trying to surprise y'all for the show. And after that, we laughed. Okay, right now, we still laugh about it today. But we were really surprised. And I was looking like this.
Yeah. So AJ, this was this chick that I was starting to date. You know, we had decided we were going to go exclusive. So I made this announcement.
Read that comment, Doug.
Read that comment.
For your throat, dog.
Yeah, I can't even blame the women on this. I got to give them some. It's not y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all what I tell them. It's not you. It's me.
Yeah.
My heart not ready to love yet.
What did you do?
All right.
So we was gonna go exclusive, so we went public, and everybody was like, like their reaction was stunned. They were like, "Well, why aren't you happy for him?" And they were like, "You don't even know her yet. You don't even." And I'm like, "We're not getting married. I'm just telling you, we going exclusive." So when I say the viewing audience was in, we was in. Hey, let me put it like this. I think it may have been the first time we forgot we was on the air. Because we was like talking shit to each other like we was at the house. The
look on Lily's face was like, no, this nigga.
People were texting me during the show like, are y'all for real right now? Is this
It was for real.
People didn't know whether we were. This was we was putting them on. They didn't know because they ain't never seen it. There was more dead air than you've ever heard on a show because niggas just looking at each other like, nigga, make a move, hey.
And we didn't know if he was serious. We didn't know how we should react. It was a lot of dead air because we were like, I know you're not telling us on air. Like, y'all, that was real
reaction.
Wow.
And so when I was watching it, I'm like, I didn't know if he was joking or not either. And during the show and after the show, I'm trying to look up Shirley. I mean, me and Erica trying to figure out who is this? Is this a real person? And then I'm like, is this did he get catfish? I mean, like, what's going on? And even Erica was like, they ain't happy with that. Like, I can read their body language. They are not happy about that.
Yeah.
So
look at Nicole right now. She still don't look happy. She tripped out all over again. That's how strong it was.
PTSD, dog.
Yeah. That's a show that's worth going back and checking out again.
I'm going to look at that later. Yeah. That's going to put me to sleep.
Really said caught off guard. We didn't know what to ask her. And I was irked because I was prepared to come from a different angle. Wow. You was about to cut her. I'm about to cut you with my knife. I'm about to
see, I think the title of it was situationships or something like that, and they thought we was going to be talking about other people's situationships, not mine.
I didn't think it was yours either. We were all looking up Shirley. Yeah, we all was literally.
By the end of the show, I had people saying, "Girl, this Shirley done screenshotted it to me." I was like, "Okay."
And that was a show right there. Not play too much. Always, man. Always.
Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden.
All right. Question for the group. Have you guys thought of doing an on-location show or all together studio type show or at Doc's house or somebody's house or whatever?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. unfortunately, one of us lives in Oklahoma, damn near in Van Augustine. So pulling that off on a weekly basis would be difficult. However, we have talked to a couple of business owners and stuff like that about doing some one-off on location shows, so that will happen. We will definitely hit a few on location, shows, within, the next, little bit of time. So yeah, that'll be coming for sure. Yeah, Golden, that's a good idea right there, ain't it? As long as we can cool it off, hell, and it's not 120 degrees out there.
Okay.
I'm coming up for that one. I'm gonna be on a camera.
Says place. Kiki, do you love me?
You're gonna wear that. Mika said you're gonna wear that bow tie and your swim trunks, and that's it.
Who are you talking to?
AJ. See, what's funny about this is because I know everybody has a visual right now and they can't get rid of it. That's the problem.
I'm looking around like, what?
I'm praying for you, man.
I love it.
All right, but I think that's we talked about future plans, and I think that should definitely be a future plan.
Yeah.
Let Nicole get the mental minute. I think that would be a good future plan for y'all as well. Yeah. So we are a couple minutes away from the another part of the future plans. We will announce here in a minute, but I wanted to get to our fourth video. This is by someone that you know very well. Someone that you're looking at right now.
I'm sorry.
Yo, what's good, family? Congratulations, Queen 3 and King Podcast on 100 episodes. It's your boy AJ Jones from the Lunch Break, powered by JM and E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3. Hey, listen, again, congratulations on 100 episodes. Now, y'all are family to me, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for giving me the honor to fill in for the King while he was out covering the NHL playoffs, and I got to hang out with the Queens and do show after show after show. I mean it, y'all. Y'all will never know how much that means to me, because there is greatness all about it. And for me to get to be a part of that means the world to me. So again, Queen 3 and King Podcast, congratulations on 100 episodes. Let's do 100 more. Let's get it.
Thank you.
You see that 40-year radio veteran chops right there, how he delivered it, powered by JME, live on Roku. Come on, man.
Y'all are family. I just want to
thank you so much.
You don't know if he want to be a radio host or a pastor or what, man.
Leave him alone.
Since I'm good enough, I'm gonna do all of the above.
Hey, selling life insurance too.
All right.
You ain't got your life right. Come see me.
For real.
Yeah.
So you ain't got to make that Facebook post with your Cash App.
Get your little
funny. AJ, we love having you on the show. Yeah, it's been
absolutely.
I'm still scared of Lita, but thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I'm still scared of you.
You look like Aaron Hall for a minute.
Wow.
Somebody said, who is this?
Gotta be CJ.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Well, CJ may not know who Aaron Hall. Aaron Hall a little old.
Oh yeah,
CJ ain't gonna.
No, he ain't gonna know AJ Hall.
All right, so we got a couple minutes before we make the announcement, and I want to go to a particular show. Somebody already brought it up, but the one and only Calvin Watkins comes on the show with a cigar in the dark. Everybody's like, "What are you doing?"
Do we have to watch this?
Yeah. No, you don't have to watch the show, but I want to get your thoughts, because I don't think it hadn't been talked about. I don't think on the air, or your feelings. And I would love to hear Lily if you got a ability to type something real quick. But Mika, I'm gonna go to you first. What was your thoughts before he came on and during the show? Give me your thoughts.
Before he came on the show, I've heard of him, so I thought he was a real well-rounded, respected, professional sportscaster. So I was excited, but I'm the one who said, because he's like, so what y'all need from me? I said to sit down. So that was my response. I apologize to Tig and you, because I left all of my podcast energy and went straight to Mika B. Like B as in Beyonce. I started giving it to him. So when he when he was not sitting down, my thought was like, would you do anybody else like this? Like I'm getting like
that's real.
And then he said something to my brother, like, you ain't this, you ain't that. First of all, you don't go after him. If anybody go after him, it's the queens.
Right,
And my brother said, I'm about to turn him loose. And like I felt like a pit bull ready to get out of the pen. When my brother said, I'm about to go out of him, I felt myself like this.
And interesting enough, and Nicole, I'm gonna go to you next. He was on a show earlier that day, and I'm not gonna use the word I'm thinking of.
No, use it. Use it.
He was cooning like a mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. I mean, you want me to talk about whatever you want me to talk about. So then, the fact that he did us like that, I was definitely feeling some type of way, and I'm like, wait till we get these Cowboys credentials. When we come up next to you, like, yeah, what's that you were saying? What's that? But
he said little show like that just really.
Yeah, Black people here. PSA. Black people, stop saying little in front of something that somebody is doing. Stop doing it.
Unless you're trying to be condescending, because
it never comes out right. But yeah, for me, I was really like, so you don't have to apologize at all, Mika, because this is BS3 Network, and I put the BS3 in BS3 Network. So you
put the BS in BS3 Network.
I'm perfectly fine with how you handled that situation, but yeah, I was definitely feeling some type of way, Nikki.
Well, he was very condescending, and I didn't say any. I just couldn't. First of all, he was a guest, so I was over here biting my tongue because I didn't want to say anything that I would regret saying. But he was really full of himself, and then when he realized that we wouldn't know Rudy Poop Fresh and Fruity show, then he started saying, "Oh, y'all legit then."
Yeah. Like I like our graphics and I like it is.
Bronx Mama in the building, y'all.
Yeah. My little Bronxy baby.
Hi, Bronxy.
Hi, baby. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Lily, you got any thoughts on Calvin Watkins?
Oh, let me just say this. So I was like, I do not want to get fired from BS3 Network. I said, let me be quiet because I'm like, I don't want to mess up nothing they got going. That's what I was telling Mika. I'm like, I ain't trying to mess up nothing they got going. So I didn't say what I really wanted to say to him. But yeah, he knew after the show that he knew exactly who we were.
Yeah, and for me to pull back the curtains a little bit, it was a little surprising for me because I met Calvin on Media Row and Super Bowl 57, right? And when I introduced myself to him, he was, when I say totally friendly, I didn't ask him for, because that's not something you do. You don't be saying, hey, let me get the number, let's hook up. He literally said, hey, here, take my number down, man. If you need anything from me, let me get, whatever, right? He gave that to me before we even left. He texted me, saying, hey, this Calvin just got your number. If you need me, call me, et cetera, right? So, and then I'm doing the professional thing because when I get a high profile on, I'll ask him, hey, is there any topics off limits and stuff like that? Like I sent that stuff, and I also sent, some, pre-show stuff. So he was on top of it. He's like, no, we good, et cetera, et cetera. The exact same thing I did for Donovan Lewis. And Donovan came on in champion mode and Calvin came on and be like, I thought we were just going to talk about sports. If we were just going to talk about sports, why would I need to ask you about if there's anything off limits? And I'm like, our viewers are trying to get to know you. We got an prominent African-American sports writer locally. People want to know stuff like, okay, how did you get into the business? What is your history like, et cetera? They know what your thoughts are on the Cowboys. We read that shit every other day.
We hear it every day on the radio.
And he also came on extremely late.
Yeah, that's right.
And so Doc texted me or called me like, hey, this dude not even ready to come on. He want to put some time back. And I was like, hey, forget him. We don't need him. Like, do your time, do your show at your regular time. But Dog was like, nah, let me go ahead and push it back. Let's be as accommodating as we can, because he is, he is a prominent, person in the media.
So have you talked to him since then?
Oh yeah, I have. Matter of fact, so during my Stars coverage, one of the articles I put out, he texted me and say, "Oh, you covering the Stars now?"
So we're rolling the press box you on.
Right.
Yeah,
I forgot you wasn't there.
One of my big things is you treat everybody equally.
Mhm.
So, and I didn't feel, in my, like I was boiling because I don't feel like we were being treated equally. Would you treat everybody else? And then when he got in and said, your little show doing good, or I like your little graphics, I said, well, we're not no little Rudy Poo, fresh and fruity station.
Yeah,
so,
but that was a great learning experience, because I got some advice after that show from a couple of folks that were like, hey, don't ever settle for anybody. Don't ever lower your standards for anybody. They don't care how big the guest is. If your show goes on at 7, your show goes on at the same time. You don't change anything for anybody. You tell them this is a deal. If they want to adhere to it, fine. If they don't, move on,
Yeah.
That's what I was over here percolating with, because he wouldn't do it for Sports Center. He wouldn't do it for Fox Sports.
Yeah.
He's not going to do it for Queen 3. He's not going to do it for BS3. This is what time we start.
So, yeah.
If we have time at that time that you can join us, great. If not, we'll just have to reschedule it. And you're not going to come on disrespectfully, inappropriately, you're just not going to do it. Not on this one, because guess what? When you leave, we're still going to be here. Somebody said earlier, I think Lily was out, that part-time. This is your network. This is your show.
Right.
It is as full-time as you want it to be. If you treat it part-time and like it's not what you want it to be yet, that's how other people will.
That's right.
Exactly.
100.
It is as important as Sports Center. It's as important as Ricky Lake's show or Sally Jesson's show. Then guess what? Now you're putting it out there that's how it should be treated for anyone that sees it, and you never know who's watching it. So don't ever minimize it, and don't ever let a Calvin Watkins. And I know the nigga, so I'm gonna call him as soon as I wish he would. Like you said, how you see him out on Radio Row, that's how he carries himself. But to hear that he came in here and did anything like that,
I was taking it back, man. Yeah.
Hey, this Facebook user, man, whoever you are, it's a comment right here. Sometimes people will see your Asana before you do.
That's good. That'll preach.
Say that again, Ben.
Preach.
That'll preach.
Preach. Nikki Malone, thank you for tuning in. That's right, boss.
Yeah, that's one of my old adjusters in my old claims days.
CEO boss, you are.
Laugh a lot. I'm done. It's me, Key. Oh, okay. That's
okay.
Okay. Key, I'm seeing it. Okay.
Yes, Lord. All right.
Living my life like the
let's get to the announcement. So, as shows progress, as they get bigger, they sometimes need someone to help run the show. And that person is normally a producer. And Queen 3 and King going into the future will have a producer for their show. And that person is going to be none other than Lakia Patterson. And I've heard great things about her, and she is on the show right now. So let's welcome her on.
Hey, Kia.
I'm the producer of this show.
Hello. First of all, happy 100th episode. I have been a super fan since day one. I'm just so excited to be here. You guys are amazing. I may be biased because I knew you guys before. You guys are like family to me. So I'm excited to be here.
We love you, Faith. We love you, Faith.
I love you too. They say, write the vision, make it plain. So that's what y'all are doing. So
Faith Evans. So let's go on and ask her if you really prefer Biggie or Tupac. Which one you like the most?
Stop, man. Why? Punch him in his back.
Get that out the way now.
Baby.
Yeah. So bringing.
So tell the story. How this came about.
Yeah. So obviously a lot of reflection with 100 episodes nearing. Matter of fact, this shocked the hell out of me. Ben said something on episode 97 or 98 or something. He texted me and say, this y'all episode. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, slow down, because I wasn't really focused on that. So a lot of reflection, and I'm like, okay, 100 is a milestone. What do we do to move forward to ensure another 100 are as successful as the first 100? And I thought it was time for us to evolve. Oftentimes during the show, I find myself too focused on trying to quarterback the show, and being, how that is. AJ, how that is. Yeah. And sometimes your content suffers as a result of it, So everything about Queen 3 and King has been a spiritual deal. Mm-hmm. I didn't, the concept, even if they told y'all the story, which I can't believe we didn't. The name of this show, my first thought of the name of this show were going to be three women and a baby, playing on the 3 men and a baby theme, right? When I said that at first, they were like, okay, yeah, that's kind of good. And I'm like, well, just sit on it. Let me let the Lord talk to me.
Sit on it.
And when he came with Queen 3 and King and the rollout of it and how flawless and effortless everything has been, it is a spiritual move. I assure you, we can't take credit for any of this. This ain't got nothing to do with us. I promise you. And same thing with adding Kia to the program. It was just, when I say her face popped into my head as I thought about a producer and stuff like that. And it was like, it was no question whatsoever that was the thing to do, and I didn't go that direction because she's ever been a producer before. Hell, we had never done a podcast before. That's not why I went to her. I went to her because of, number one, how she showed herself on the Miscarriage show and how she conducts herself in everyday life. Right. And I'm like, that's the kind of person, and she's already family. So I'm like, that's the kind of person who we need to do this job. So again, it may be a little rough out the gates, while we both we're all trying to learn our little rhythm with each other and stuff like that. She's going to be just like terrestrial radio, where producers will come on and have airtime and stuff like that. She will have airtime on the show. She will be commenting on the show. Again, I got to give Man Talk Monday some credits because this is a play out of their playbook, that I took intentionally. So that's how I saw it. And I'll let the queens talk about how they feel about it and Kia about how she feels about it.
I mean, first of all, like I said, I'm completely grateful. He didn't have to twist my arm at all. Like I said, I've been a super fan of the show since day one. I fell in love with you guys even more after, of course, the Miscarriage episode. Just the organic situation that you guys have and the chemistry between you guys are unmatched. So it was a no-brainer when I was asked to be the producer. So yeah, it felt like she was. I wasn't even through my spiel yet, and she was like, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Hang on, let me finish telling you all the wonderful things about why I'm coming here." Yeah. Anyway, yeah. First.
All right.
All right, Mika.
What do you
Oh, just give your thoughts on.
Girl, you ain't been listening to the show.
Oh, no. I was like, I'm sorry, I thought I did. Kia has been family for almost 20 years. Mm-hmm. She is my boo thing. She knows that. So I'm so excited that she is coming on. And when my brother texts us and say, hey, I had this thought. And, some things you pray about everything, but some things you get an automatic response. Mm-hmm. So it was an automatic, heck yeah, text her now from me. So I'm excited, Kia. I love you, boo.
I love you.
All right, Nicole, anything you want to add?
I am super excited for you to be a part of this Queen 3 and King, because I love you too. I love you and your babies, and I wouldn't have it any other way but to have you on this show.
Thank you.
Yeah. And hey, just so y'all know, everybody comment on, how beautiful. How does Doc know all these beautiful women and stuff like this? Well, this ain't, she wear headband wigs and stuff too. So don't be fooled to thinking. Yeah, she ain't. No, this say. Don't think. This Hollywood.
Better be on straight.
Matter of fact, she gonna get to holler at me early and say, "Hey, so am I? Do I need to be on today?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Okay, well, shoot, I gotta go get this wig together then," because she know, she be walking around like what they used to say back in the day, like who did it and why.
And I'll say this: I'm extremely excited for the next level of Queen 3 and King. I know anything Dark touches, it's going to be great. It's not going to be lacking.
Yeah.
It's not going to be halfway. It's not like your parents used to say, you better do it. You better not do it half-ass.
Yeah, don't have my mama used to say, don't half-ass do nothing.
I'm like, so you want me to full ass it? I mean, that's
real throw it off.
Yeah. Well, hey, just to pull back the curtain a little bit more, Lakia has been, she don't understand that I welcome it, but she's been texting. Hey, what about this? What about this? What about this? Have already been sending topics. Have already, she's like, somebody asked about the on location. That was one of the first questions she asked. Hey, don't mean overstep. What about on location? So my challenge with her is going to be unleashing her and letting her know, I need you to take over. Producers are quietly the most important people on the show. AJ, you've been in radio for 40 years. You can tell her the importance of that, and for her to be able to show some teeth and just grab the bull by the horns and go. She can't, don't let me bully you because I will try. Right? You got to take over this thing. Don't be Miss Nice, lady.
Yeah, I've got a 17, 18-year-old sophomore in college producer right now. I got him when he was a freshman. And the young man said, I got one question for you. Do I get to produce? And I knew exactly what he meant. And I gave him the show. And this young man will text me, can you sit up straight? Are you trying to sound like you don't have everything?
I love it.
And
I love it, man.
It made me be better. He's like, this isn't terrestrial radio anymore. So you can be free. Stop holding back. And it's like, you've got to be that person to push him to places he doesn't even know he needs to go. So I'm excited because again, this is that next level, next dimension. I don't do levels. This is that next dimension
that's what's up.
You guys are about to step into that. Once again, you never know who's going to be watching.
That's right.
Where this is going to go. So I'm excited for you. I'm definitely going to be praying for you and push it. Push them.
Yeah, and hey, I'm gonna ask AJ a favor. Because he didn't always say it, anything you need, etc. AJ will tell you. Let me put it like this: Queen 3 and King went to another level, into another dimension as a show after my first episode of watching the Lunch Break Sports Show. One episode. It changed how I did business. It changed how I hosted the show. It changed how I came in and out of breaks. The fact that we had breaks. When I say I took it, so I'm going to ask him this, tapping into his 40 years of expertise. That producer, I want you to put him together with Kia and let them have a conversation.
I'll let him do
just so he can kind of help her get her sea legs and stuff like that and tell her some things to be concerned about on the podcast and stuff like that. If you don't mind, which I know you don't.
I don't mind at all. And what I love about him is he just loves making great content. And I will definitely get you connected. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can see it. I don't know if he does the graphics, but I can see it with the graphics and everything.
He's constantly changing stuff. He's like, okay, that was last season. This is this season. Let's go with something like this. Yeah. And I always tell him, do it, because I've seen him now. I've seen a year of him, so I can trust him. Yeah.
All right, so let's get to some final thoughts. We do have another show coming up in about 11 minutes. So let's go around the room and give some final thoughts, closing remarks. And we'll go to Nicole. Nikki first.
First of all, I'm just so grateful to even have the opportunity to be on a podcast with my siblings. And that's just a blessing within itself. And the other thing is when we come on here every week, we have people that are supporting us every week, every single week. And I'm blessed that we have those supporters as well. We are all blessed that we have those supporters as well, because without them, we wouldn't be here. So I just want to thank all of you guys and want you guys to just continue to support us, continue to bring other people on to the podcast, the BS3 network, all of that. So I'm just grateful, and I just give God all the glory for all that he has done and all that he is getting ready to do, because I know that he's going to have some more big things coming our way, manifesting some big things, the things that we don't even know about yet.
Yeah.
So I'm asking y'all to touch and agree with me on that. And that's not Nikki talking. This not Nikki. This is the Holy Spirit speaking through me.
Come through.
Right on.
I feel that.
I received that.
Amen. Mika.
Just want to give a quick thank you to everybody, to all supporters. Ben, AJ, you've supported in ways that we have not even spoke about. So we appreciate you. We thank you. We thank you, supporters, for making this super interactive. And most importantly, we thank God for giving my brother this vision and for us being able to carry out. It's one thing to have a vision, but it's another thing to be able to carry it out.
Yeah.
So we are super appreciative of God and for us to be able to carry out. And we just hope doors open. We pray doors are open for the future.
Yeah. All right. And Key says these topics are needed, and the transparency is what pushed me to. So understand this vision is blessing others more than you know. Yeah, and Doc said numerous times, there's times where he'll get, well, all of you guys probably get flooded with text messages, people that don't comment, but they're watching.
Yeah.
And they are being blessed by it, and it's impacting their lives, which that's what the ultimate goal is. All right, Doc.
Yeah, obviously, the viewer support. And if I could take this screen, which I can, but I'm not going to do it because we're short on time, and actually put Ben down below where Nikki is, put AJ down below where Mika is, put Kia down below where I am, it would more perfectly illustrate the situation. Not that we are on top of them, but that they are the foundation of this show. It is because of folks like them that this show has achieved the success that it has and will, because we have some true riders. I mean, we got some riders. Okay. So we appreciate y'all in the foundation. There are not enough words or time left for me to properly articulate that, I assure you. And then to my sisters, hey, trusting the vision, trusting me, being willing to come with me. And I'm like, when I say there's been no hesitation, when I say, hey, let's do this, they don't hesitate. If I say, hey, this is going to be the topic, it ain't no hesitation. There's a trust level that knows it don't matter what we do.
Right.
We can make our topic the brown. Mm-hmm. Just one word, and we gonna make the show. Mm-hmm. So there's a level of trust. So I appreciate that. And people do not understand the time and dedication it takes. Hey, you got a family you're trying to take care of, and kids you're trying to take care of, and trying to prep for a show, and trying to be available, and trying to make sure your internet, and trying to the sacrifice people don't understand. So again, I appreciate them in addition to all of our supporters.
Yeah, yes, sir. All right, AJ.
Man, I've heard, and I've even said it, but it hit me. We talk about doors opening. Y'all are a door.
My God, dog.
Like, man, Sports Center, all these other shows, Calvin Walk, they started somewhere, man. Y'all are a door. A lot of times we wait for people to open up stuff for us. Man, be the door. The door that people start looking to find their opportunities. Let's
receive that one, man.
Other people the power to make us, because we're already made.
And
man, y'all got something. I've seen comment after comment after comment. Changed my life. It broke me down. Me and my sister, man, the way we responded from a show. Yeah. I mean, y'all are a door. So be the best doggone God-made, God-ordained, devil can't stand you door you can possibly be. And I'm glad to be a part of one of the ones that's walking through the door.
Yeah, love that, man.
Yeah.
Love it. So that song "Be a Fence Around Me" should have said "Be a Door Then" is what you're trying to say.
You never let folks have a moment.
And that's why he's the most annoying person.
None. Everybody on annoying.
Can I say thank you to AJ for confirming what one of my teachers, a couple of my instructional coaches came back today. And she was like, I was trying to work real hard. And she's like, Mika, the Holy Spirit just told me, stop waiting for an invite. So I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
And I said, ooh. She said, you can go to levels that you want to go to, but you waiting for an invite. Go. So that door just confirmed it.
Yeah. Thank you, Golden. Me too.
Yeah. All right, and Kia, I know you're new to this Queen 3 and King, but
before she talks, let me just say the next topic, the next show, she gonna be responsible for the topic, all of that. She don't. So hey, it may be a couple of weeks before we go again, but when we go, she gonna have the keys.
Running.
I'm tuning in. I'm tuning in. I'm tuning in.
A little bit.
In the car. Yeah.
No, like I said before, I'm not only grateful to be here, I'm blessed. Like I said, you guys are already an organic organization anyway. You don't realize how many lives that you guys are touching day to day. And within that, that's a blessing within itself. So I'm happy to be here. I'm super excited to be front row to the future endeavors. And, I'm praying along the way that, God leads us where we need to. And, as long as he orders those steps, we can't miss a turn. So
yeah. And I'll say to round it out, we got a couple minutes. I'm extremely proud of you guys. When Doc came to me with this idea, I was like, it's gonna be fire. I don't even need to worry or think about it twice. The growth from episode 1, which I think Lily said this to now, is amazing. The impact that you guys have made, the laughs, you laughing, crying, and fussing at the same time while you're watching the show. It's just it's a perfect mix of what you guys do, and I'm thankful to have you on BSG Network. I'm thankful to have met each and every one of you guys, and I love the direction that it's going, and it's greatness. And in the words of the great philosopher Kanye West, why do I need to come to the table when I am the table?
All right now,
right.
Yeah, now he a little off sometimes, but that was a good one.
He said something with that one.
That was a good one right there.
Yeah.
All right, so we will round it out tonight. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. 100.
And sometimes I be the table too when I have my guests come over, my company come over.
All right,
I be the table sometimes too.
Good night.
The queen and all that. Hey, we be here the whole.
Bro, bring the hook in. Queen 3 and King, we the team, it's going down. We the talk of the town, it's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns, it's going down. Tune in now, it's going down, it's going down. We just hit you with another one. It's going down, we just hit you with another one. It's going down, we just hit you with another one. Tune in now, we just hit you with another one. It's Queen 3 and King. It's Queen 3 and King. It's Queen 3 and King. It's Queen 3 and King.